Hey everybody, it's DJ Jer here with Shop Time, and one of the questions we get a lot are, what are the gobos that you recommend putting in your moving heads, or what are the gobos that you use the most? Well, to start off, I'm going to talk about the moving heads because that's, obviously we use those moving heads at every single event that we do when it comes to production lighting and also with our dances and things. Now, the nice thing about the Intimidator spots is they have the slot lock, the quick slot lock, which allows us to change out the gobos and get them. We can obviously um, we can fit a certain style for that event or a certain theme using a certain gobo. But there's kind of my go-to gobos that I use, and I'm going to show you those. These are extras or other gobos that we'd purchase to give us different effects that we want with our lighting. So I'm going to start first of all with the Star Breakup Natural, and the website that we're at is internetapollo.com. It's a lighting company, lighting design technology. Apollo does a great job, and it's the same exact thing as Roscoe. Obviously, Roscoe has their line, Apollo has their line. I really like the Apollo gobos because they're clean, they're well done, they're very high def, and they just, to me, I think they just do a great job of creating different themes. So when we do theme events, I can always go to Apollo's website and I can usually find gobos to match that theme. So um, this is kind of where I kind of started things with my moving heads. Now the Star Breakup, as you can see, the Star Breakup allows us to create a really cool ambiance and a glitter effect into the ceiling when we do slow dances. And even when we do this pattern on walls, we put a rotation, a gobo rotation on. And if you were at Atlantic City, you might have seen that, or you might have, you might remember some of the things that we did to create some really cool effects with that during our presentation. But again, the Star Breakup, this is kind of my go-to when it comes to a slow song. You can just basically go into a room, program it to ceiling, and using Show Express, obviously, because I'm a huge Show Express fan. But putting this into the ceiling, it creates a really cool glimmer effect over the top, and you don't have to worry about the LEDs getting on the brides and grooms and spoiling their pictures. So again, something to think about. And you can see these are very reasonable. The steel gobo is $13.25. So you're looking at under $14 per moving head to make that investment. I can tell you it's well worth it. The next one I'm going to show you, and this is more of an effect, and I think some of the lights will have these in there, but a simple cone. And people look at this and they say, well, it looks like a circle to me. It is a circle. But when you project this into fog or into smoke, into haze, it creates a cone effect, obviously because the degree of angle when that light comes out of the actual fixture or the aperture, the wider or the further away the light is, the wider the beam gets. So it starts off small like a cone and it gets wider as it gets further away. Again, this is a great effect if you're doing smoke, if you're doing fog. These are amazing gobos to have because it creates a really cool effect. You'll see these a lot in like American Idol. You'll see in all the reality singing shows. Cones are very popular because of the effect it can create. The next one I want to show you is Aperture 1/4, Aperture 1/4 inch. Basically, what this is just a small dot. And no, you're not going to get a crisp beam effect like you would on an Intimidator beam, but it is going to allow you to do a couple more things. We use this a lot to create a tighter beam. You can actually see particles in the air with this beam because it is a tight beam. But the other thing is it allows you, this little aperture allows you to pin spot, using a moving head, pin spot a cake. And if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check out that video in our Shop Time releases that we put out. But you can pin spot a cake by using a smaller aperture. When you use the regular aperture or the open aperture on your fixture, you're going to get a huge different effect. That's basically going to be a spotlight, where this is more of a pin spot. Again, it's great. The other thing, once you use a tri-prism on this, then it creates 3 rotating dots, and again, it gives you a really cool effect, kind of like that cone does in a smoke atmosphere or in a haze atmosphere. Sorry. The next thing I'm going to show you, and I know the Intimidators do have this frosted look, but this is another gobo that we find very popular and that works really well because you can do Just by focusing and unfocusing, you can create so many different opportunities with this gobo. You can create a smoked effect. You can create obviously a frosted effect, and it creates a really nice look. And then just doing some color changing in that as well. It can create a nice elegant look for your events. So again, that's kind of a rundown. Yes, this one's a little bit more expensive, but all the other ones are steel. And those steels, like I said, they're under $14. A good investment if you want to create, if you're looking for some different gobos to create some neat effects. Now, people again asking about how do you get the gobos for your themed events? Well, again, just go onto the Roscoe website, go onto the Apollo website, and you can just search. All you have to do is just search up here. So if you're doing a beach theme, you can type in beach, and it's going to give you a couple different options. So you've got your tropical palm trees, and basically that's all we do. We just go onto these websites, we look at some of these ideas, and then for some reason, if we can't find one that we like that goes along with the theme, like our disco event that we did, there isn't a good disco idea out there. So we had a custom one cut, and then we had a duplicates. We had 10, I think, gobos for that disco theme, which we had to do as custom gobos. So hopefully this has been helpful. Again, kind of a rundown on the different excuse me, the different gobos that we've used in our moving heads. These are a good investment if you want to create something a little bit different. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. If you have questions, email me, Jeremy at djjershoptime.com. Again, it's Jeremy at djjershoptime.com. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.